Hello, Glyn here. Do you avoid difficult conversations? I think we all do. So every morning I go for a beach walk and it's not negotiable. So I don't think about it, whether I will or whether I won't. My clothes are already out, prepared the night before, joggers are near the front door, and off I go. So I cut the time thinking about it because I know I draw an immediate benefit from nature, especially the ocean. And the second thing is thinking about it doesn't bring me clarity about whether I should go or shouldn't. It really just brings me delay. So I know I will like it after I've gone, same as the gym. So that's where I'm going and that's what I do. Also, when I first started doing this, it was a new habit. And I figured that if I get halfway to the bottom of the street, which is about 30 meters away from my house, I will keep going because I can see the beach or the sunrise or whatever. And that's the incentive, or it's all the incentive I need to keep going. Even if I only did, though, that first 30 meters that first day, and I didn't keep going, I can still tick it as an achievement when I first start changing habits, because that is a doable step and I've done it. The major point here is that I make a start. So a doable start. I get my clothes, I can put my clothes on, I can walk out the door, I can walk 30 meters, and my enthusiasm and my curiosity takes me the rest of the way. What this means is I do something really teeny small. For me, other people, it might be a huge thing. And taking that action gets me either accomplishment, or for doing the first step, it gets me the rest of the way, and accomplishment for doing it all is another step. So what I've found is that taking that beach walk, that time is specifically for me. It's time to reflect, time to learn, time to heal, time to just be. So what is your way to just be and just meditate in the mornings or whenever you do it? What's your way to self-connect? And also, what has this got to do with avoiding a difficult conversation? Well, 3 things. Preparation. Doable is the second component, where I share this particular piece in my 6-week relationship reset method, which is vital for your progress and to progress out of that argument silence cycle when we go round in circles talking about the same thing and never resolving it. It just becomes a lump under the rug then. And this doable step is vital to hopping off that merry-go-round. And also, small steps is a point. So you don't need to have the whole conversation in the one sitting. You can come back and do more later. Try to end on a positive note or somewhere where you actually have connection with the other person, even if the conversation isn't finished. It doesn't matter. Small steps. So did you know we have 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day? Think about that for a moment. That's huge. Now, here's the kicker. 80% are negative and 95% are repetitive. So they're going to be the same thoughts you thought yesterday. So no wonder we avoid having difficult conversations. There is a lot going on in our minds trying to tell us not to. So, how to start a difficult conversation. This is the beginning. It's not the whole process, but it will get you started. First step, always start with you. Breathe for self-connection, or meditate to connect with yourself and bring awareness to your thoughts. That's imperative and an important distinction. You're not meditating to get rid of your thoughts. You're meditating to be aware of them, because awareness is the first part so that we know what we're thinking. The second tip is prepare practical steps, like where you'll have the conversation, like setting aside some time, some spaciousness in your daily diary or your to-do list. So carve out that time so that you allocate it specifically for this conversation. And if you're needing more time and you don't get through it all, doesn't matter. As I said, just rinse and repeat these 3 steps. So the third piece is really important. When you first start speaking, name what it was that this person said or did that has got you thinking about nothing but since. Naming that thing that brings you pain is the starting point. The starting point is also the point where if we're leaning into pleasing people, we're likely to want to smooth over any discomfort we feel, or we might see them feeling uncomfortable, or we think they're feeling uncomfortable, and we want to smooth it over because we want to feel comfortable and we want to feel easy. Avoid doing that. And please avoid saying that you make me feel X, Y, and Z, because that means they'll just get their back up and they'll want to defend themselves. So what we want is these first 3 steps to be the starting point so that the conversation can continue. Doesn't have to be in the same sitting. So these 3 steps are very simple, yet not easy if you're going to have a difficult conversation. But with practice, you will get more honest, you'll become more transparent, and you'll have more transparent conversations, and you'll find your self-respect will grow and your needs for being seen and known will expand, and the conversations will just be easier. So the first 3 steps are crucial to whether this next conversation will start successfully by naming the absolutely obvious things, so you think, so that you both know what you're talking about and you actually agree on the disagreement. If you proceed without this clarity, you will be talking at each other and going around in circles and not finding the peace of mind that you're seeking. So give this a shot. And if you like these tips, like the video below. And if you'd like to know more, you can register for my masterclass, which is coming up on October 25. I'll put the link in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube, or in the email if you're reading along. And we'll be running through these steps in more depth. And I will let you know a couple of really big tips that I've got. One's called the Courage Expander method, which will support you in every conversation. And the other one's called the Effective Emotion Experience, which are steps to a productive conversation. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful.